Hi, welcome to the start of Unit 6. We are going to be talking about DNA and protein synthesis. So far you should have your cover page, which would be on page 53-ish, and your takes, which you should have copied, and that'll be on page 54. Okay, so the first set of notes we're going to be taking are DNA Code of Life notes. Okay, again, you need to have your Cornell notes set up. You need to have your levels of organization here on the side and marked. These are points on your grade. Okay, your title is DNA Code of Life. And the most amazing thing about life is that everything, literally everything, uses the exact same language to exist. Okay, so that language is a combination of 4 nitrogen bases that make a code for the directions on how to make you and other organisms. So bacteria use the same 4 bases. Trees use the same 4 bases. Your DNA is actually not that far off from the DNA of a tree. It's like having 4 Legos and building everything in the universe that's alive out of 4 Legos. The way that they do that is they do them in combinations to make your genes, which make you. Okay, so an example, which this is not a scientifically accurate example, but your eye color, the code for eye color is ATCGTTACCGAA. Okay, or your ability to breathe, which is actually a gene, is TTTGGCCATAG. Okay, this set of letters represents your ability to breathe, or this set of letters represents your eye color. So it's a code that's telling your body to express some sort of trait. Okay, each nitrogen base is attached to a sugar. So that can either be deoxyribose, which is the D in DNA, or ribose, which is the R in RNA, and a phosphate group. Okay, so there's 3 components to DNA. There's a sugar, there is a phosphate, and then there is a nitrogen base. Okay, each individual base sugar phosphate unit is called a nucleotide. Okay, all of these are nucleotides. These are the 4 bases. Okay, this is adenine. It's got a phosphate, a sugar, and its nitrogen base. Okay, this is called a purine. And then thymine, it's got a sugar, a phosphate, a nitrogen base, and this is called a pyrimidine. The purines and the pyrimidines go together. Okay, you can't have 2 purines together, and you can't have 2 pyrimidines together. So A and T go together, C and G go together. So it's adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine. Yes, you have to draw it. Yes, you have to label them. Yes, you have to write the words underneath. Right? Certain bases always pair together. Always. Always. And this is how I remember. A and T go together. It's a word. It's at. Okay? And then the round letters go together, C and G. That's the easiest way that I found to remember it. Okay, so the order of the pairs determines what trait is expressed, similar to how the order of letters determines what a word means. Okay, so the pairs go together like letters in a word. So if you had like the word bear, B-E-A-R, is something different from B-A-R-E, which would be to be like naked or without clothes. But B-E-A-R is an animal that will eat your face. Okay, so here we've got some examples. We've got tier, rate, and tare. These all use the exact same letters, but they all mean different things, right? So tier or tare, okay, so this could be water out of your eye or tear in a paper. Okay, rate is the speed that something is done. And tare means to make something equal to 0. So we use it when we do scales. If you were using a scale, you would tear it out and you would make it equal to 0 so that you could measure something correctly. All right, so these are the notes for first notes of Unit 6. You need these notes on the side. Components of DNA, they are a sugar, a phosphate, and a nitrogen base. And these components are common to all life. Okay, and life is self-replicating. You don't have to tell your DNA to replicate, it does it by itself. Okay, and the last note is a chain of nucleotides is called a nucleic acid, which is the last of the 4 biomolecules.